Hey, comic book community, welcome back to the pull list here at Comic Talk. Your host, King Midas, the Vaughn and only. Guys, we have such a huge, wow, our list of books this week is incredible. Comic stores in Hawaii are finally open again, where we can go in. I don't have to call in to go get my books, do these backdoor deals just to get some comic books. So we're going to go over some of the books that we picked up for this week. A day late, of course, on Thursday. Couldn't get in on Wednesday. And we have a few books as well that we've tried to pick up and missed in subsequent past weeks. And also a few cool surprises at the end. So let's get right into it. Let's go over some of the books from the past few weeks, starting off with Stillwater #1 by Chip Zdarsky. Really looking forward to reading this book. I'm glad that there was a #1 issue for that. Hiding around somewhere. It was really hard to find the week of release here in Hawaii. Next up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man, Sins of Norman Osborn. This is going to be a tie-in for the Return of Green Goblin. So looking forward to reading that. Big Spider-Man fan. I always pick up Spider-Man books. We have a cardstock issue here, Wonder Woman 762. Big fan of Josh Middleton and all these cardstock variants that they've been doing, so definitely wanted to pick that one up. Another book that I missed, I forgot that this issue came out, but we have issue 2 of Horizon Zero Dawn, the Peach Momoko cover. Of course, any video game adaptation here over at the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ThereCanBeOnlyVaughn, where we play everything PlayStation eccentric. We have to pick up our video game adaptations. Moving on to another book that we missed out on. This is Monstrous issue number 30, one of my favorite ongoing independent books by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. And a book that I'm super behind, Something is Killing the Children. This is issue number 9. And then we also have issue number 8 here as well. So we're going to try to pick up as many of those as possible when we find them. And our last book is Hellblazer Rise and Fall. This is a DC Black Label book. John Constantine, like a magazine-sized books. Can't believe they decided to go that route. I don't know. I think people are indifferent about that. All right, on to this week. So we're going to start off with the independents. We have Boom Studios here. We have a Power Rangers book. This is issue number 2 of Draken New Dawn. I really like what they're doing with the Power Rangers license right now. And these books in comic book form, they're killing it with Power Rangers stories right now. Here we have a second printing of We Only Find Them When They're Dead by Al Ewing, who's penning Immortal Hulk right now. Very fascinating book. Issue 1 was actually really, really good. Had to pick up the second printing because I really like the cover here. And we're in this boom period where subsequent printings, second, third, fourth, going for a lot of money depending on who's on that cover. Last book from Boom Studios, we have 2 issues here of Mega Man Fully Charged. Again, another video game adaptation. So this is the A cover. And we also picked up the B cover. It's a Virgin variant art on the B cover there. Really like the artwork on that one. Moving over to Image, we have a second printing here of issue 309, Spawn. This is Gunslinger Spawn. Highly sought after book because the variant cover had Gunslinger Spawn on the book. Sold out everywhere. Was selling very, very high. Second printing is more accessible for more people to pick it up. It's a great cover. And last independent book here is from Behemoth Comics. I haven't even heard of this company, but video game adaptation, Hotline Miami Wildlife. I can't wait to see what this is about, and if it's as violent as a video game, we're in for a treat. All right, we're moving on to DC now. We have a death metal tie-in, Speed Metal. All the Speed Force heroes going against the Batman Who Laughs. Be a really good book. Moving over to Gotham City, Batgirl issue 49. We picked up 2 covers of these. Of course, these are Darko War tie-ins. And here's the B cover. I'm absolutely love Batgirl, so I always try to pick up both covers. We have another B variant cover, Action Comics 1025. I believe a new story arc is starting up here, so I wanted to see what was going on in Superman's world. I don't really keep up with Superman too often, but curious to see where Brian Michael Bendis is taking them. We have issue 762 of The Flash. 761 was an amazing book. So I'm looking forward to continuing to read that series. All right, now we're moving on to Marvel, and here we go with our subsequent printing books. We're going to start off with Thor. This is issue number 2. I believe this is the 5th printing. Yep, it says it right there, 5th printing. They're coming up with running out of ideas of what to put on these covers here to make them pop for people to pick up these subsequent printings. Here's the 4th printing of issue number 5. Look at that, crazy, right? Might have to stop with these, stop spending so much money on different printings, but this cover we definitely needed. This is the 2nd printing of issue number 6, where Thor has his epiphany at the end of that book, and this is what he sees. It's a wraparound cover. Of course, is it Thanos? I don't know. We don't think so. Thanos is supposed to be dead, so we have a mystery to uncover there in those Thor books. All right, here we go with Venom. We have a 3rd printing of issue number 26. We have a 4th printing, issue 25. I believe this is the last issue of Venom Island before it transitions to Venom Beyond with issue 26, and this week's Venom release, issue number 28. So here's the normal cover, and we have the Ryan Stegman B cover. Had a chance to pick up the variant as well, the black and white of this, but it was going for a little too much. And I was like, I don't want to spend, I've already spent so much money this week. We got to slow down. Here we go with my favorite hero of all time, issue 22. This is Daredevil, written by Chip Zdarsky. We have Immortal She-Hulk. This is a one-shot following the events of Immortal Hulk issue 0, so you have to kind of read that issue to kind of figure out what's going on in this one, but we're looking forward to reading that. And of course, the Alex Ross Timeless variants. There was 2 this week, and this is the first one here with She-Hulk. Just unbelievable. All those books there, trust me, if you get all those Timeless variants, sell them together, have them together, you're looking at a lot. And here's the 2nd one, probably the best cover so far that he's done. Silver Surfer on Fantastic Four Antithesis issue number 2. Oh, incredible. Like he's one of Alex Ross, one of a kind. Issue number 2 of Maestro. Still figuring out how Hulk in this alternate universe became the Maestro character. We have Spider-Man Noir, issue number 4. Really a big fan of the Noir series. Spider-Woman, issue 4. Another issue 4 here. Jessica Drew has long lost family relatives. Like what? It's been a really good read so far too. I've always loved Jessica Jones' Spider-Woman. New number 1 this week for a villain in Juggernaut number 1. Interesting to see that he gets his own book. We're going to see what happens with this story arc and how many issues it ends up going. And here's the variant cover for that as well. So we picked up 2. Give a number 1 some justice, and of course another beginning number 1 here. This is part 1 of 22. X-Men X of Swords creation, the big X-Men event for the winter. I have no idea what's going on. I have not read any X-Men books in a very long time, but they're kind of in a stagnant run, I was told. Since House of X, which was a revelation for X-Men fans, all the X-Men books have been kind of stagnant, so maybe X of Swords will pick them back up from obscurity. We shall see. And we picked up 1 more cover, 2 covers of that. Here's Magic on the cover for the variant. Alright, so that was all our single issue pulls for the week. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below of your favorite covers, your favorite ongoing storylines right now. And let's talk comics. Join that Discord. The link is down below. Now, on to some special stuff that we picked up that we found. I saw this in the corner of my eye at the comic store. I was like, okay, I got to pick this up. We're looking at the Rachel Rising Omnibus. I believe this is the 2nd printing omnibus, but just in time for Halloween. If you're a huge fan of horror comics, Rachel Rising is a premier comic that you absolutely need to read. It's a must read for all horror fanatics. Rachel Rising by Terry Moore. Check it out. Our store also had a very special issue here. One of my favorite X-Men characters, newer X-Men character. This is issue 129 of New X-Men, featuring Phantom X right there on the cover. First appearance of Phantom X. Love this character. Love his costume. Everything about him. I'm glad that we finally own it. And what's nice too, it's in very good condition. It's got one small minor spine tick, but nevertheless, I think that doesn't diminish the grade at all. Very good find. And finally, guys, I don't have too many slabbed comic books. I only have one. It's being covered right now by that Ultimate Fallout issue number 4, the very first appearance of Miles Morales, signed by Brian Michael Bendis. But that's the Punchline cardstock cover of Batman, my first slab, and we ended up buying these 2 slabs to add to it. So what I want to show here right now, in the 9.8 Batman issue 89, the first printing, this is the first cameo appearance of Punchline in Batman. I'm trying to get that glare off of there. so much glare, but a 9.8. Very happy to add this to the collection. I only have the 3rd printing of this book, so I wanted to pick it up and have and own the first printing. And finally, we got such a good price on this in a slab, in a 9.8. This is Dark Knight's Death Metal issue number 3, the cardstock variant featuring the Robin King. Look at that bad boy. This is his 2nd cover appearance, but his first solo cover appearance. So I don't know if this book will trend in the future, if Robin King's gonna get some shine. Nasty villain introduced in Legends of the Dark Knight. They're killing it with these death metal Dark Knight books and just putting this dark, twisted, demented take on Batman. It's incredible. So very happy to add Batman 89 and Death Metal 3 to the collection. So that makes 3 CGC slabbed books. So exciting, man. Wednesday, September 23rd, huge week for comic books. We got one more week in the month of September, so if there's anything you're looking forward to, let me know. Let's talk comics. Thank you so much for tuning into the Pool List. Until next week, Wednesday, September 30th, it's been my pleasure, and we'll see you in the next one.